There's a very interesting coin making method floating around the community, and in this video I'm going to explain what it is, as well as give it a shot to see if we can potentially print a little bit of coin. Let's get started. Now, CFB family, and welcome back to another CFB 25 Ultimate Team video. Hope you watching this one are having a wonderful start to your week, and without further ado, let's get it popping, let's get it percolating. Now, this coin making method is probably everyone's favorite type of method in this game because it requires zero sniping, it requires zero work in the sets. All we're doing is opening up packs. It doesn't get better. Now, just to overview what we're going to be doing in this video, we're going to be buying training at a very cheap price, or buying it at the minimum. As you guys probably know, there are so many of these season cards that are posted up. If I go to the quality 88 to 89 as an example, there's pages and pages of these cards all selling at 318k, which is the minimum for an 88. And of course, it's going to be the same thing for 89s. It's going to be the same thing for 90s. There are so many of these cards posted up at the minimum, boys. We can buy training at a cheap price. Now, once we have our training, we're going to be going through, we're going to the store, and we are going to the legend training pack, and we're opening this one up. Now, essentially what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be putting any 80 overall pulls that I get in the 82 to 83 exchange set, and then 81 pluses we sell off. Now, let's just overview some numbers before we buy our card and before we get started with this video. Now, as an example, we're going to be using an 88 overall player for this video because I think it's the easiest and it's the cheapest, so it's the lowest amount of investment or risk in this method. Now, an 88 overall player is going to quick sell for 5,300 training, and of course we know this pack is going to require 275 training points to open. So we're going to do a little bit of math. We get 5,300 training when we go through and buy, say, Jonah Monheim as an example, so we can divide that by 275 to see how many times we can open this pack up, and that's going to give us an answer of about 19.3. To get college football Ultimate Team coins at the cheapest price on the internet, check out MMOEXP.com by clicking the link in the description and use the promo code SWIFT at checkout for 5% off. Now, once we know that, yes, we're going to be opening this pack up about 20 times, we can now figure out how many coins we're spending on a per pack basis. As you guys can see right here, we're buying this card for 318k, so 318 divided by 20 is going to tell us how many coins we're spending on a per pack basis, and that number is 15.9k. We are spending about 16k every single time we open the pack. Now, just to kind of show you guys what is inside of this, of course, you can pull any 80 plus overall legend player. If you pull an 80 overall legend, you're probably losing a little bit of coin. As you can see, they're currently selling at about 12k, but as we bump up to like the 82, the 83, the 84 overall filter, you'll see that yes, they're selling for a lot more than 12k. They're selling for about 30 for the 82s. The 83s, as we keep on scrolling, are selling for like 50. If you get one of those, that's a good pull. And then if you happen to get lucky enough to get an 85 overall legend player in this game, yeah, you're making a good bit of coin. Now, let's get started by going through and buying an 88 overall player. We are spending 318k. Again, it is very easy to find one of this price. There are so many of them posted that you don't even need to filter. Just go quality 88 to 89 and you'll see one right here. Okay, so we got our training. Now it's time to open this bad boy up. And I just want to say, as we go through and open this up, this is not a guarantee. You're not guaranteed to go through and make profit every single time you do a reroll. But I will say, from what I've seen on Twitter, it feels like a relatively low risk roll. Your worst case scenario isn't that bad, right? Like, you're spending 16k per reroll. Your worst case is you get an 80, which is going to give you about like 10,000 coins of value. So realistically, your worst case scenario is you lose 5 or 6k. Now, I will say, I wouldn't really recommend this method to people that don't have a ton of coins. Like, if you're on your last legs, you're spending your last bit of coin in this game on an 88 overall player, I don't think that's the move. But if you're in a situation where you got a little bit of coin and you want to try a reroll method like this, I think it's worth giving it a shot. Us personally, we have a nice bit of coin from a Luther Burden pull, so I don't mind giving this one a go. Now, I will say, although it's an 80 plus overall pack, it's not like your regular 80 plus overall slot. A regular 80 plus overall slot in this game is going to give you a lot more 82s. It's going to give you a lot more 83s. This pack right here, the odds on it are not good from what I've seen. And as you can see so far in the video, we haven't gotten very lucky. We're pulling a lot of 80s. We're pulling a lot of 81s. With our 80 overall players, I'll show you what to do with them a little bit later in this video, because they're kind of like, I guess, one of the exciting cards in terms of what you can turn them into. 81 pluses, though, we're selling all those cards off. So this 82 is an example, not a bad pull, sells for 30k. He will be sold off at the end of the video. If we pull an 83, we're in a good situation. If you pull an 85, you're in an awesome situation, but I will not complain with 183 overall pull. If you get 183 overall pull in a reroll like this, you're sitting pretty. You're in a situation where you're likely going to be making profit. If you don't pull an 83, it's going to be a little bit more difficult to break even or make profit, but there's still more ways ways of making coins and still more ways of generating value from these cards, which is what we'll talk about once we go through and roll this pack 20 times. Now, as we're opening up packs, I'll also just show you guys the content schedule for this week. I'll pop it up on the screen. It looks very, very similar to the content schedule for last week. I don't see anything new in terms of new promos, but the stuff we've already gotten in the game, we're going to be getting more of. And just some overall thoughts about College Ultimate Team as a whole. I think my two favorite additions to this game, or my two favorite changes to this game, which I hope we get in Madden Ultimate Team, because of course I'm going to be playing both games, but a couple things that I really like are Gauntlet Mode. I think that was really cool over the weekend. Me personally, I went 3-2, so I went basically break even, but I will say it was a fun time to try that mode out, and I think if I go through this weekend, I'll be a little bit better. Hopefully I can get to like 5 or 6 wins. Of course, you can go through, play the mode as many times as you want. I don't know if I'm going to be going through and playing it more than 2 times in a weekend. We'll see. And then the second thing that I really like is the level up packs. The level up packs have been solid. They've been fun. They've been a good way to build my team, and I hope Madden kind of takes that from College Football Ultimate Team, because I think they did a good job right here. As in the background, it's a lot of 80s, it's a lot of 81s. We're not getting that lucky reroll, but at the end of the day, if we go through this and we break even, we're just giving ourselves more opportunities to get that big 85 overall pull, or get that big 83 overall pull, which fingers crossed comes in this video. We'll see. We only have 2 more packs remaining. Let's see how well we can end it off. 82 overall Pat White, not a bad pull. A couple more cards remaining. Can we get an 83? Can we get an 85? I mean, fingers crossed. We'll have to see. But either way, there are things we're going to be doing with each of these overalls. 80 overall Booger McFarland right here, and we're going to end it off, or maybe we can get one more pack out of this. We'll see. I might have a couple things to quick sell in my binder. We're going to get a 80 Brian Urlacher. I think I got a couple other things to quick sell. I'll roll one more time. All right, now step number 2 of this method, you're going to go to the sets, you're going to find the 82 to 83 overall player pack, and we are throwing in our 80 overall cards into this set. Now, the reason why I say to do this is because some of the 83 overall players you can pull actually sell for a good bit of coin. Like, you can find some relatively rare 83s or even relatively rare 82s and generate a good bit of value. So we're going through, we're putting in all of our straggler 80 overall players in this set, and as we do so, I just want to say, if you are not yet subscribed to this YouTube channel, I'd greatly appreciate it if you scroll down and hit that red sub button. I test out a bunch of coin making methods and show you a bunch of tips in College 25 Ultimate Team. So if you like this video, you might enjoy my future content. And while you're down there, if you want to leave a like, I'd appreciate it. Obviously, it's optional, but if you could scroll down right now, I mean, I'd say thank you to you in person if I could. All right, boys, here we go. We got 3 of these packs to open up. Fingers crossed, we're hoping for regular 83s. If you get a Core Elite 83, that's probably what's going to generate you the most amount of coin value. Some of them can be relatively rare. This looks like it's probably a legend given the animation. Okay, it's a Stories of the Week 83 overall player. Not the worst pull in the world. He's gonna sell for 70k. So like I said, some of these 82 to 83s, they sell for a good chunk of change. They sell for a nice bit of coin. That's kind of why this method becomes interesting, because you got so many 80 overall pulls, which you can then roll into this pack. Card number 2, let's see who we can pull. Hopefully we get the Core Elite animation. Okay, we do. Is it an 83? It's an 82 overall Miles Jackson. We'll check all prices at the end of the video and just kind of run numbers at the end right here. But final pack, can we get an 83? That would be awesome. You got a pretty even shot at pulling 82s and 83s in this one. Like, they aren't really weighted in either direction. Final card is going to be, damn, 82 overall Isaiah Hamilton. Could sell for a little bit of coin. Let's take a look at numbers. All right, so 318,000 coins to spend. I wouldn't really say we got any lucky pulls, to be fully honest with you, but here are all of our cards. We got a couple 82 overall players, we got a whole bunch of 81s, and then we got this 83 and these 2 82s. Let's run numbers. All right, so starting it off right here with the 83 overall player, we're gonna be getting 70,000 coins for that card. That is awesome. I always sell my cards for whatever is their most expensive of their few most recent auctions. I think there's really no reason not to do that. We're gonna get 29k for this 82. Then next up, we got an 82 overall Isaiah Hamilton right here. Could this one be a little more expensive potentially? He's not going to be selling for a ton more. 29k for that card, bringing the total up to 128. We're not at a great situation so far. Now next up, we got 82 overall Pat White and 82 overall Brian Urlacher. If I remember correctly, these cards should be around 29k as well. They're selling at 25, so we'll do 25 plus 25, bringing the total up to 178. Now beyond that, we do have a nice bit of 81 overall players. We have 2, 4, 6, 681 overall players, and in terms of prices right here, these 81s are going to be selling at about 14,000 coins. So we'll do 14 times 6 and we'll add that to the total. And unfortunately, after running the numbers, it's going to bring our total up to about 280,000 coins. So we are going to be down a little bit in this video. Should you try this reroll? I think it's interesting. I've heard better things on Twitter than I've personally had in terms of success. Can you make coins with it? Absolutely. I think you can for sure. For us personally, we didn't really get a lucky pull in the sense that we didn't get one good pull out of the reroll. If you want to give this a try, feel free. Am I going to say everyone should try it? No. But did I want to talk about it in a video? For sure. There's a lot of people talking about it on Twitter. I want you guys to stay updated with like what's going on in this game. So that's kind of why we yapped about it. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like. If you want more videos like this, testing out rerolls, let me know by dropping a comment. And until next time, I'm out. Love ya. Peace.